Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce Let's Talk Business podcast. It is July the 23rd, 2021, and we are here to give you guys some information this morning. We have our great president and CEO, the visionary behind Tri-County, Ms. Thompson, with us today. Good morning, Ms. Thompson.
Good morning, Howard Johnson.
Thank you so much. And I'm Howard Johnson, your host. I am actually the vice president here at Tri-County. I run a small project management firm called 707 Management LLC. That's what I do. First, before we get into it, we got to thank our sponsors. Southwest Airlines, our President's Club member. Are they President's Club?
Well, no, Southwest Airlines is a Chairman's Club.
Chairman's Club member. Chairman's Club member. Yeah. Enlightened Enterprises. Man. The Linscomb Water Group. They're a new sponsor for us.
Well, they're a new President Club.
New President's Club member.
So when you become a President Club member, we actually
announce you on the air.
Yes.
And also, we can't forget Amoco Federal Credit Union. Actually, we should have said them first because they were A. If we'd have did it in alphabetical order, they would have came first.
But I think they'll forgive you this time.
Just me. Please forgive me for not putting it in alphabetical order. But we thank all of our sponsors, and if you ever want to sponsor, you ever want to become a sponsor, give us a call. We accept all sponsorship, 832-875-3977. You'll get announced on this platform and get all the exposure that you can receive from us announcing it here for you. So, again, that's 832-875-3977. So, our mission statement here is...
Can you repeat it without looking at it?
Okay. We're committed to acquiring and gathering valuable business information, resources, and tools for member firms to achieve entrepreneurial parity and economic prosperity in the region and internationally.
Wow.
I know it by heart.
You do. You really do. I just noticed that it's up there.
But it's facing you.
Yeah.
And I didn't say,
No,
I didn't stutter with
it. You did not.
So I got it.
That is our mission statement. And sometimes when I'm doing presentations, Howard, I have to break it down as to what our mission statement means, because it actually says what it is that we do. That we going to do, and that we have done.
Yep. And I just remind people of that. Like if you listen to our mission statement and you're listening to the podcast, we're doing exactly what the mission statement is. Like we say that we gather the information, we acquire it and disseminate it. So acquiring means that we get the information. Disseminating means that we give it out. And that's what we do. And that's what we're doing here on the podcast, the Let's Talk Business podcast.
Yes, sir.
But just to give you a little bit about Tri-County, if this is your first time for some crazy reason, we have 4 regions that we cover. It's 4 regions and then another whole international package to it. But Region 1 is Harris County, Montgomery County, Liberty County. Region 2 is Galveston County, Brazoria County, Fort Bend County. Region 3 is Chambers, Jefferson, and Orange. And Region 4, which is our newest region, but they're not new, is Jasper County, Newton County, and Hardin County. And we also have the international, which is the Tri-County International, which is Central America, the Caribbean, and South America.
But you know how we're also opening up our Tri-County International.
Yes.
Now, what we Tri-County Regional
is different.
Is different. It's the south of the U.S.
Yes.
But Tri-County International will cover the globe.
Exactly.
So right now we do know that there's a big focus on African countries. And we basically know what those countries are right now, and we have members who are in those countries, who are nationals of those countries. And so that's, I would say about mid-2022 and early 2023, that you're going to see a lot of international activity on Tri-County International.
I'm just excited for when we can get back to doing our trade missions.
Yes.
Like the trade missions, for me, it's a bunch of information in a new place, but it's also fun for me. I love going on a trade mission.
Well, it's a great opportunity to travel and travel in a group.
Yeah.
Because numbers bring about security, plus those missions are high level government welcoming. So that gives you an opportunity to go to a country and be involved in the trade situation, which also means it's a company expense.
Yep. So it can be written off when you file your taxes. so you're pretty much traveling and being able to write off the travel. So.
Because it's business related.
Exactly.
Yes, it's business related, and of course you're going to get a little bit of
leisure time.
Yes,
yeah.
It's always.
Yeah.
You get leisure time here.
Exactly.
When we take a lunch break, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you're a member of Tri-County, we get really good business savings. We have Office Depot has a small business saving program, and we get exclusive benefits for being a member firm here at Tri-County. I mean that stuff. If you're doing printing, black and white, color. They have substantial savings.
Yeah.
Just make sure you get set up as a member. If you're a member firm, get set up with Office Depot so that you can take advantage of those discounts. But here at Tri-County, in the economic prosperity and independence side of it, we help businesses just like yours. If you're a small business, if you're thinking about being a small business, or somebody that has a small business, we help businesses get access to capital. We have certification workshops, technical assistance. We do coaching and mentoring, marketing and procurement, and we also have exclusive chamber events. And segueing from that, we actually have an event going on tomorrow in Jasper, Texas. Ms. Thompson, you want to tell them a little bit about it?
It's Region 4, which, like as you said, it came on last year, and I think it was June or July of last year.
Yep.
We inaugurated, and that's a purpose, and it's a lot of activity going on with that. And that inauguration took place in November. So now we've gained what we call advisory board members from those areas. We always like to have someone from each county who understands the culture
and the community.
Okay, and of course they know who the movers and shakers are in that county, and they know who the elected officials are.
Yes.
And so that gives us an opportunity to reach out and put programs in place that we know that will serve that particular community, because those are the things that they need. Yesterday we had a Business After 5 networking event in Texas City, which is Galveston County.
Yep.
And the counties consist of cities.
Yes.
And so we had the city council person from Lamarck City. Her name is she's council member Yancey.
Yes.
Okay. And she was there, and of course it was great to hear the things that she was saying, and understanding how this county-wide type of culture works, and what the needs are, and that we're in a position to assist in those. So going back to Region 4, which is our newest region, we're looking forward to providing a lot of services. You use the word segue. We segue into where we're going to be able to provide certification, processing, and approvals.
Oh, yes.
For counties that are basically underserved, and they don't have the abilities for someone to just walk them through that process. So we have an MOA, which is a memorandum of agreement with the Comptroller of Public Accounts, the statewide hub program.
Yes.
So we are certifying minority business is what the acronym I rather use, which is the MBE, because who's a minority, okay? And then it's the WMBE, the women part of that, and the HUB, which is the historically underutilized business. So we are able to certify those three level certifications, and we can get it done pretty quickly. We know our members. We know that we gather the same information. We don't half step. We make sure that they meet the criteria.
Yes.
And once they meet the criteria, and we are satisfied that they meet that criteria, then we will approve them immediately, and they will go into the statewide hub directory. Now, we also work with TxDOT.
Yes, we do.
Now, on the DBE side of it, we don't
certify.
We don't approve DBEs, but our companies are looking forward to working directly on TxDOT projects. Some of our members are working on what we call the bidders, where they can bid up to $300,000 on wage projects. These are projects that are $300,000 and below, and they can be approved as a contractor, a general contractor.
And that's before the certification, right?
Oh yeah, because that's anytime they want us to assist them with submitting that process. Yeah.
And that's what Ms. Thompson was saying. So on the DBE, we don't certify, but we do help with the package, put the paperwork package together, and we submit it directly to TxDOT for you. So if you are a member firm, or if you're not a member firm and you're looking to get DBE certified, join the chambers.
Well, yeah, it's quite involved, and sometimes it's
overwhelming.
Yeah, it is. It's overwhelming. Members will say, "Well, I don't have that, and I don't see why I need that." Okay. Well, then we have to tell you why you need that, because these certification programs, Howard, are designed to actually separate business owners. Excuse me.
It's okay.
From freelancers.
Exactly.
Okay. And you may be able to do the work that you do, but you also got to understand how business works. And we say it all the time. You got to know the rules.
You got to know how to play the game.
Yeah, if you're going to be in the game, you got to know the rules of the game. And so if you don't, you play dominoes, right?
Thank you. I was going to ask
you. If somebody come to a domino game, and they and they connect in the dominoes, and they don't know that they count all the corners, right?
They're not gonna get no points. They're not gonna understand. They're just gonna be sitting there connecting the dots.
And their partner gonna be pretty upset.
Yeah.
Because the partner's like, you missed the money.
The money.
Yeah. Or what is that?
Or hopefully the partner just call out the money, but I mean.
Usually the partner calls out the money.
We understand.
But the partner, nobody wants to play with a new player.
Yeah, exactly. A player that doesn't know how to play.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to play. That's the biggest thing. Like if you're playing, you have to know how to play.
Exactly.
And that's what we help people understand how to play.
Yeah, because all of the certifications that we're talking about, other than the maintenance projects, are subcontracting. They're not. You're not in control of the project.
No.
You're a sub
you're
on the project.
Piece of the pie.
You're getting a piece of the pie because I want a piece of the pie.
Yeah, exactly.
However, if you don't know how to
get the pie, you don't have the knife to cut it.
Yeah,
you didn't come prepared.
Yeah, I'm the contractor.
Exactly.
I got to build something. But if I bring you on as a subcontractor, I still got to build something, right?
Exactly.
And if you don't know how to build or how to do your part, then you're useless to me. Actually, you cost me money.
Exactly.
And so this is one of the things that we help members to understand. You have to know what the game is, and somebody gave me the analogy, and I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna say it on this air. If you playing basketball,
that probably was me.
and you got the coach. I mean, not the coach. You got the referee. And the referee throw a flag out. He in the wrong game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That is for the football.
Yeah.
So you gotta know what it is that you're doing.
Yep.
And the key is, I'm sure we've heard this many, many times through multi-level marketing schemes. You're in business for yourself.
But not by yourself.
And that's you're on this earth.
Yeah.
but you're not on this earth by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? You can't even eat if the grocery store didn't provide the food.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're a farmer. And
you can't eat all of it.
No, you can't.
So somebody else got to be eating. You remember I told you this story about me saying when I was 12 I wanted to be rich?
Yeah.
And I was told, yeah, you can be rich, but you got to bring somebody with you. So
somebody gonna make more than you. For you to make $2 million, somebody got to make 4.
Or somebody got to make 1.
Yeah. Or yeah. You have to. You need help.
Yeah.
I mean, you need help. Every business out there, and I tell people about unity all the time and how they miss it. You know, if you just look at the history that they're teaching us.
Okay.
If you look at the history they're teaching us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's to say something without saying it. But if you look at the history they're teaching us, they did it as together. Like if you look at Martin Luther King. You know, everybody under the impression that the March on Washington was solely Martin Luther King. It wasn't. Mm-mm. It wasn't. The people behind him, the I Have a Dream speech was not Martin Luther King. They just set it up. You got to think about Philip Randolph. You got to think about Ruster Bainer. Mm-hmm. Those are the people who taught Martin Luther King. I can go deep on that.
Yeah, I know you can. And you know what? I want you to be ready for Black History Month.
Oh, yeah.
Because we really do need to bring out a lot of our history. Unfortunately, our young people, when I say young people, I'm going to say anybody under 40, mm-hmm. has a very limited information mm-hmm. about us. Mm-hmm. And when I say us, our people. Yeah. About how... what resilience is and mm-hmm. and what sticking with something and doing a job and getting the job done right.
That new word, stick-to-itiveness.
Right, stick-to-itness. And if we hadn't stuck to it, where would we be?
Done. Yeah, what would have happened?
I think of the people that was, when I was born, I was the 5th generation. Mm-hmm. So, I had a great grandparent, mm-hmm. and they would tell us things, and the things that they told us are the things that drove us, mm-hmm. that made us know no matter what, mm-hmm. we're going to keep moving forward. And we were, even our teachers before integration would say to us, you got to be better than the best. Mm-hmm. So whatever you think the best is, you got to do. So it's not a competitive situation mm-hmm. where we got to be better than each other. Mm-hmm. What it's saying, better than the best. What do you think the best is? Mm-hmm. Be better than that. It doesn't mean be better than, because if I think you the best, then okay, I'm trying to get better than you, right? Mm-hmm. And you gonna be, so it's not like, somebody asked the question on one of our workshops. Mm-hmm. At what point did you feel successful? And the person answered it very politically correct. Mm-hmm. And that was basically what you understood. They felt successful from day one, mm-hmm. when they first started. Yep. So success is really very subjective.
Yeah, it's a mindset. Like if mm-hmm. you get it in your mind that you're successful already at the beginning. Hey, I'm going to be successful. I am successful. I'm going to be successful is telling yourself that in the future you're going to be successful. I am successful mm-hmm. is saying that I'm positioned already for that.
Right.
So you're speaking it into mm-hmm. existence already. Right. It's just how you're speaking it. Some people say, "Oh, I am successful," uh-huh. even though life may not reflect that at that particular moment. Right. They're putting that out there in the universe. They're speaking that into their life.
Creating.
Yeah, and then people who say, "I want to be successful," they're describing a desire and a mm-hmm, want, mm-hmm. which is still okay, but you have to really speak it. So go from "I want to be successful" to I am successful. Speak it as if
I am is ownership.
Exactly.
Okay. So I own it.
Exactly.
Well, you know, we could go on with this
Yeah.
forever. So let me go. We're gonna go back to the part of new things that we're able to do.
Yeah. Well, I want to elaborate on the certification side of it. Just
Okay.
a real quick, and I'll ask you the question, but what I'll say this word, affirmative action.
Okay, affirmative action.
So, what is affirmative action in 2021?
Well, affirmative action in 2021, or is that what we're talking about? 2021?
So
well,
affirmative action changed.
Yeah,
and I want you to tell people what the change was, because we were just talking about it, and some people may not know.
Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to. We don't have to go that far back.
Okay.
Because you remember when affirmative action came about.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we don't have to. What is voter suppression? Okay, so let's go. You know, we're getting political right now,
a little bit, just a little bit.
So let's say this: you got a card game going on at your house.
Mm-hmm.
You got some friends coming over, right?
Okay.
And you know, for some reason, those people have been they some dynamic card players, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know they a team.
Yeah.
So they got a strategy going on between the two. You don't quite know what it is. You don't know if it's an eye blink or they grab their ear or what.
Or they might sway from left to right.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you don't know, but you know you in control of the card game right now.
Mm-hmm.
So what you gonna do? You gonna change some of the rules.
Yeah.
You gonna make the rules in place to where it's harder for them to do their game, their interaction with each other.
Or you're going to camouflage the actual fact of what it really is.
This is how you change the rules.
Yeah.
You can't just say, the rules didn't change. Okay. What you say is, like you say, you use the camouflage.
Yeah, you switch the words from affirmative action to certification.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
And that's what I wanted people to understand. That if you understood what affirmative action was, like when you say affirmative action, you know who that's for.
Yeah, you know that's something affirming that this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
This is.
But when you hear certification, you think that that's some work.
Yeah, I asked people last night at the in San Antonio. Oh my goodness, in Texas City. I'm like, what is certification mean to you?
Mm-hmm.
And quite a few people was like, well, that means I got to pass a test, or I have to have something already, or I have to. And the definition goes back to affirmative action.
Mm-hmm.
The definition is you have to meet the criteria. And the criteria is very, very laid out there. If you belong to these groups who historically have been discriminated or underutilized, and you can show that you own a business or you participate in business, you are the controller, you have the controlling responsibility in the business, and you are considered a small business based upon SBA's standard or what a small business is, and that your personal network is not more than 1.3 million. Okay? Then you are now considered the person that this program was set up for.
The action or process of providing someone or something with an official document attesting to a status.
It's exactly what it is.
That's the definition of certificate, of certification, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that is not the understanding of certification.
And that's what we're trying to fix.
Based upon, like you said, historical things that you come across. You know, I'm a certified, first of all, you got a doctor. You got to be certified, right? They have to have something. So to use the word certification is kind of like you said, it's basically a camouflage. However, you need to belong to a network in order for information to flow. It goes back to acquiring and disseminating valuable business information, resources, and tools. Now, we can point you in the direction, but do you know what tool to use? That way, you know.
If you don't have the right key, you can't get in that door.
Exactly. So these are tools, things that you use
Keys
in addition to get to actually. What is a tool? Since you got that little dictionary over there.
Well, I was going to read affirmative action. Affirmative action refers to a set of policies and practices within a government or organization seeking to include particular groups based on their gender, race, sexuality, creed, or nationality.
Okay.
In areas in which they are underrepresented, such as
isn't that clear?
Education and employment.
Isn't that a very clear definition?
That's the definition of affirmative action. And going back to certification, you qualify for that particular certification,
that particular policy program,
because of either your gender, your race, your creed, or your nationality.
Well, you know, you've heard some certifications, or take for instance Metro.
Oh yeah.
Metro has a small business certification, and basically Metro, by using small business, there's a criteria for what is considered small business. Your personal net worth is not over 1.3 million, but it is race. The SBE is race and gender neutral. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. The goal, they set goals based upon what's available. And that's the same thing with, you know, the state of Texas Hub program is any project that's over $100,000. There is an opportunity for a subcontracting opportunity. And that subcontracting opportunity would be a hub vendor. Okay, so we are able to certify hub vendors. MBE and
SW,
but see, you know, we also have one called a BBE.
Yeah.
That's our own signature certification because it's Black Business Enterprise.
Yep.
And it does have a very distinct position because it says you have to be 100. This company must be 100% black owned.
Black owned, yes.
And most of our members' companies are 100% black owned. So that's a designation that we can give our members. Of course, right now with the focus on diversity, then that is a certification that can really come into play. In a private market.
And a quick question, like when we talk about black, people think that we're referring to a skin color. What are we talking about when we say black? Like in Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, what does the black stand for?
Black stands for culture.
Okay.
It stands for historically people of a particular group that has not been utilized or underserved.
Okay.
It's an underserved area. You pay a lot in tax dollars. Where do your tax dollars go? You find these nice communities where they're getting the streets done and lighting done and a lot's going on. But what about some neighborhoods that aren't getting these improvements?
Underrepresented.
Yeah, underrepresented. So that, you know, and of course, there's, you have to be able to stand up and have identification. Okay? The one identification that I'm opposed to, you know that, and that's African American.
Yeah.
Okay? Even people who are born in Africa, is born in a country, and they come to the U.S., to America, and become citizens, and they are their country American.
Yeah.
So let's just say, for instance, Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
A person from Nigeria comes here, becomes a citizen. They are Nigerian Americans. We were born in this country. So how come we aren't citizens of the country?
Why we're not just Americans?
Yeah, we're Americans. So where we get African Americans from? Now I know where it originated.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna throw nobody
under the bus.
But we need to be re-educated in terms of who are we. Yeah. I remember when this chamber first started, Congressman Al Green said, embrace the flag. Embrace the United States of America's flag, because that is the symbol of your country. This is our country. Because we were born in it. The world belongs to the world, right? Every country is, no country stands alone. It's got a border to another country. So you identify culture. I can't speak Chinese. No, I'm not gonna say Chinese. Forgive me. That was politically not correct.
Mandarin or Cantonese?
I don't speak Mandarin or Cantonese. I don't speak what is Vietnamese.
Yes.
I don't speak Spanish. I don't. Yeah. I speak English. How can I learn from you and teach you unless I'm able to learn your language, learn how you think,
that's a part of
learn how you learn? And so we know the leadership know that we understand the culture. Does not mean we discriminate.
Exactly.
We're not discriminating. We're just saying, hey, look, this is a group of people who going this way because they have an opportunity to go this way. Now, if you want to follow, you go this way and gain whatever's at the end of that rainbow. Okay? Because we have had members come.
Yeah.
We've had Hispanics come and says, we want to be Hub certified. And we haven't had the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
So they join the chamber.
Yeah.
And they become Hub certified.
Good.
We have people from India join the chamber, become Hub certified.
Yep.
We do not discriminate. And we're not holding ourselves out as a separate.
Yeah, because we're not.
No, we're not separate, but ask yourself, why do we have different cultures? Why are people different?
Why?
You might want to share that.
Since
you asked that question,
I want you to share.
I'm not going to go there with you.
I want you to share. I'm going to take a second to thank our sponsors once again. Amoco Federal Credit Union, Southwest Airlines, Enlighten Enterprises, and the Linscomb Water Group.
Yes.
So, like I say, if you want to become a sponsor, it's very easy. Just pick up the phone and give us a call over here at 832-875-3977. Again, that's 832-875-3977. And then we're gonna get back into this thing. We was talking about certifications, and certifications being a tool. And a tool is a device or implement, especially one held in the hand, used to carry out a particular function. So a device, an implement used to carry out a particular function. So the certification.
Now the words you might want to look up next.
What's that?
Device.
Yeah. Because that'll be a good that'll be a good segue from tool, because like they give you words, and in those words you have to find the meaning.
Right, you have to be able to
associate. A device is a thing made or adapted for a particular purpose.
Okay, got it. So now, a business plan is a tool.
Yeah, And it's also a device because a device. The second definition.
Did we say a device was a tool?
Yeah,
a tool was a device.
The second definition of device is a plan, method, or trick with a particular aim.
So that's when we say tools.
So a plan with a particular aim, a method with a particular aim, or even a trick with a particular aim.
Now we don't.
Hint, clues, schemes, scams. Those are tricks with
the
particular
tools of the trade.
Yeah.
That's what when we talk
device.
about. Yeah.
When you talk about a tool, just think about the word device. Now, okay, all right. They said that this is a tool. That means it's a thing. A thing that's made or adapted for a particular purpose. And everything that you look at around you falls under the category of a device.
A tool. But now let's show this. Let's put something into this tool.
Okay.
Marketing.
Okay.
It's a tool, right?
Yeah.
You got a business. You have a service or a product that you believe that people need or can use. And in marketing, you're either going to create a need or you're going to find one and fulfill it. Create and fulfill, find and fulfill. That marketing is a tool. So when we say valuable business information, that information can't go anywhere without the resources.
Or the tools.
And by using the information through the resources with tools, our member firms can. Now, we use the word entrepreneurial parity, but let's just break entrepreneurial parity down. It is competing.
Yeah, that's
You're
it.
able to compete.
In a nutshell, that's it. That's parity. It levels the playing field. Parity is the state of being equal.
Yes. And remember, the word is state.
Well, hold on. Let me pull
state
up
of being.
Let me pull up the actual definition.
Equal.
I'm gonna give you the actual definition. It says the state or condition of being equal, especially regarding status or pay.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that one more time. Especially regarding status or pay. So the word in front of parity, entrepreneurial parity, that means that your business will be on a equal playing field of other businesses that are doing the same thing you're doing.
I got a little bit of a different analogy.
Talk to me.
Exactly. I hear exactly what you're saying. What you're saying is true. Okay, you putting it together. But now remember, entrepreneurs are competing in different ways.
Yes.
Okay, so this country is based on capitalism, right? America is capitalism.
Yeah.
Capitalism is based upon free enterprise. Can't have capitalism if there's no free enterprise. And what does free enterprise mean? If you can do it, I can do it, right? So what does that free enterprise now says that I'm able to compete. If you can compete and when we talk about competing, who are we competing for?
What are we competing for?
Well, okay, we compete for money. And who gives us the money? Oh, you mean system. I got you
political
thinking?
System. Yeah, you got me over here. You got most of the time I be on it, y'all.
I know. I'm like, okay.
But that's why I love sitting down with Ms. Thompson, because she always teaches me something. I always learn something from her. I mean, even in the presence of everybody, I kind of humble myself, and I'm not a know-it-all at all, but I know a few things, and I'm always glad to share, but I'm always glad to learn something. So I learn something new, even if that person's not as smart as you. If you humble yourself, you can always learn something from them.
Well, let me back you up on that. Everybody's smart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If they don't know
what
you know, people know different things.
Yeah.
So the hobo. Remember the hobo?
Yeah.
The hobo told the engineers, let the air out the tires so the truck can drive under the bridge. Okay.
And the engineers was like, what?
And these
but
engineers.
It made sense. It made sense.
Yeah. But they couldn't. They were trying to do all their engineering stuff.
They were inside that box. They were inside the box that they put themselves in.
Yes.
And
now the hobo,
he was outside of the box.
Yeah.
He was like, what are you guys doing? Like, you're doing all these measurements and stuff. All you got to do is, the truck needs to be a couple inches lower. So the tires have a lot of air in them.
But they never looked at that. They trying to figure out something else, like you said, based on their box.
They're finna build another bridge.
Right. So yes, they trying to figure out how to up the bridge.
Yeah.
And the hobo said, so now, does that mean the hobo was smarter than them, or they were smarter than the hobo? It just means what a person is able to share.
Yeah.
At that time. So, you know, because I look at people, everybody's intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
If you got born,
if
you got born, you're intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I watch the Animal Channel all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I sit and watch these animals, and I'm like, now I can't hear what they saying. But they saying something.
Yeah, they communicate with each other. Mm-hmm.
They are communicating, and they know exactly what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to say that's intelligence, right?
Yeah.
It's not talking like us.
Mm-hmm.
They don't build houses like us,
Mm-hmm.
but they have shelter.
Yeah.
And they eat.
Mm-hmm.
And they drink water. And they play. And they kill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but one thing I have noticed, I saw this walrus, I think it was a walrus, playing with a seal, with something.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't ready to eat him. But this little something, I don't know what this little something was. It was a little animal. but the little animal thought he was finna get eaten.
Yeah.
But the seal wasn't hungry. The thing that was coming after the animal wasn't hungry. He played with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, do we do that?
Yeah.
Do we do the same? But getting back to something, Howard, that I was going to share.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you got to be sensitive to my senior moments.
We was talking about capitalism.
Yeah. Capitalism. Where do you get the money?
Yeah. Where do we get the money?
Consumers.
Exactly. You're right.
Consumers.
You're right. And we
I
can say this.
We're all consumers.
Yeah, but as the black consumer, you guys hold a bunch of consumer power. Like, we consume, black people consume, I think we're the number one consumer.
Well, let's say this, Howard. It doesn't matter what our ethnic or our cultural background is.
Uh-huh.
We're all consumers.
Yeah.
It's what you gonna provide for someone else to buy. Okay? Because although you own a business, you still gotta buy some food. You still gotta spend money. You're making money from the business, but you are still, so you have to, as a business owner, you have to determine who is going to be needing or who can utilize what you provide. And that is somebody who's going to buy it.
And if you think about the simplicity of this, if you figure out a product and you think about $1, let's take $1.
Okay.
$1. Everybody will have access to $1. If you stand up there with a cup all day, you'll get $1. If your product costs $1 and everybody in Houston consumed it, it's $4 million.
Yes, sir.
If everybody in 2 major cities consumed it, it's $10 million.
And it can be done.
I just wanted to change people's perspective. Yeah.
See, information is the key to understanding what it is that you're about. What, information. And how does information flow?
It's transferred.
Well, it's transferred, but it's transferred through people. It's transferred to like-minded people. If you're in business, if you want to get in business, Now, you need to be around people who are in business.
Yep.
So that information can transfer to you. And again, we don't want to. We're not here to beat up people who are not in business.
No, not at all. Not at all. We need you guys.
don't say we need what's consumers. No.
It's the truth, Ms. Thompson. It's the truth. I like to tell people the truth.
That's the truth, but I'm saying something in a different way.
Yeah, I know.
We need information.
Yes, we do.
We need information. And if, you wouldn't have some of the things that we have if someone didn't say, I wish there was a better way to do this.
Yep.
So we need that feedback. We need to hear people telling us, I wish somebody would do, or I need, and then we can go out and say, hey, look, now, just like our trucking alliance, they're going to need back office. That's another whole opportunity for someone to provide back office services. Okay, because when you're in business, you cannot wear all the hats.
You can try, and it's hard, and it'll stress you out. It'll turn your hair gray. Look at this. I'm just telling y'all from experience.
Trying to wear all those hats means that you lacking something about being in business.
Yep. I'm an excellent framer. I frame excellent. I lay tile excellent. I hang sheetrock excellent. I do electrical excellent. But if I'm doing that, I can't go and get more jobs. I'm stuck in a position where I'm at one job. So I had to figure out how I could duplicate myself.
And usually the question is, well, I don't have the money to do that. But this is why there is business loans.
If you make a way, if you go out and say, you know what, I'm gonna hire this guy. I'm gonna put this guy in here. It changes your perspective. When I hired my first person, I was like, man, I don't really want to get this money. I'm paying, $1,000 a week to have a guy working for me. Man, that's $4,000 a month that I'm paying out now. But it totally changed my business because that $1,000 that I paid every week for this guy to sit on the job, it allowed me to go out and get
more jobs,
$100,000 contracts for that month. So that $1,000 wasn't even 10% of what I was about to make.
Okay, now, I'm gonna end this with it because I'm not trying to go into religion.
Yeah.
But if you think in terms of, let's just use Jesus Christ. I think everybody is aware of who Jesus Christ was.
Yeah.
He had to have 12 disciples to get information out there. He one person at the time, as a man on this earth, God's son, but he was there for a purpose. Yep. He could not that he could not. It was very well displayed that there had to be others
to help,
involved
that was his
to
internet.
Get that. And I just remember this as a kid. Go and spread the good news.
Yep.
Okay, so this is why Let's Talk Business exists.
Yeah, because we go
spread
on
the
spread
good news.
Yeah.
we spreading prosperity. So I know we still didn't get all our information out there, but
we didn't. Yeah.
Well, we
started
the biggest
talking.
thing is that we want our members and those who are thinking in terms of how can I access the money? Yeah. How can I get to the money? Well, number one, utilize the programs that are already in place. Because those programs,
they work. They're
going to change. Look at you remember the first can opener? It became electric.
You look at this thing that we carry around in our pocket.
It's going to change.
It's the same. It's the same.
It's a phone.
Yeah, it's a phone just like the one,
But it do a whole bunch of different things.
Exactly.
So the key is start now doing something. You need a network that's going to support that which you want to do. But you got to do the work.
You got to find that network first.
And I'm going to say we're the network.
We are.
We're here for a purpose. And we're not saying we are the catch-all.
No.
We work with everybody, and because we're not on this earth alone, we have an affiliate chamber in Killeen, Texas. We work with other chambers that want to work with us.
Yeah, because we've collabed with the Hispanic Chamber.
Yes, the Brazoria County Hispanic Chamber.
Yep.
And we met with the Silsbee Chamber of Commerce.
Silsbee,
The key is getting the information out there so that business owners are able to realize the passion, their purpose, and their dreams. And those who are not business owners, you still have a passion, a purpose, and a dream. And it can all work together for the good of us all.
Yep. And just thinking about this podcast, man, I want to thank, GMT Radio, my boy Nice. They make this podcast happen for us. Like, this is Tri-County Let's Talk Business podcast, but without GMT, we wouldn't be sitting here to do it. And if you're doing anything in media, radio, television, www.gmtradio.com. Get on your smartphone, open up your Google Play Store or your Apple Store, download the app. Download the app and check out the content.
And this is also a tool.
Oh yeah,
it is a tool. We talk about tools, marketing, letting people know what it is that you do.
Very much so.
So you got to have those tools.
Very much so.
You can't call yourself a mechanic and you don't have a wrench.
Exactly.
What's your mechanic?
Yeah, what you working on? If I wish the mechanic would talk about I'm a mechanic. I'm like, where your tools at? You want to use mine? I don't work like that.
Then you're not a mechanic.
Exactly.
You just hustling for something, which is okay too.
It's okay.
If I'm gonna let you do that, but
Let me go through and thank our sponsors once again: Amico Federal Credit Union, Southwest Airlines, definitely Enlightened Enterprises, and the Linscomb and Woodard Group. So we thank you guys for being President's Club members, Chairman Club's members. Yeah, I said Amico first.
Oh, you changed it up this time.
I did not want to get a call from Cleveland. No, I'm just kidding, Cleveland. Don't jump on me, man. But yeah, so Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce checking out on this Friday. We will see you again, same time, same bat channel, just 7 days later, next Friday.
And have a wonderful weekend.